Hello, welcome to the Not So live stream. This is a 1 year anniversary celebration. It's gonna be a longer video than what I usually do, hopefully. I don't know yet. What I'm gonna do in this video is first off, just some updates like what's going on and whatnot, and why it takes so long to make a video and whatnot. That question should be obvious. Then I'm gonna do a bit of a backstory about this channel since it's a 1 year anniversary and you might want to know about that. And then I'm gonna show off some mocks that you haven't seen before. Isn't that neat? And then I'm gonna give you a very, very useful stop motion tutorial. Okay, so first off, the update. The thing is that the last video I did, I think it was the last one, my school project, I was working on the regular video that I usually like post like every month to a month and a half. Is what I try to do. That video is gonna come out a little bit longer, let me tell you. I have an axle or lift arm. The reason for that is because our live studio audience is here. Say hello! Anyway. The reason for that is because like I was working on it all fine and nifty, and like my teacher, sorry, you might hear some background noises, that's my little sister. Anyway, my teacher was like giving out a project to the people, and it was like the last project or whatever, and one of the options was to make a video, and I jumped on that opportunity as fast as I could because I like making videos for the teacher. It was going to be a stop motion video, so like I kind of like make a bit of footage for it, and like it didn't really work, so I scrapped that. If you want to see that, it's on my Twitter. It's my Twitter's at Mason Mox, I think. I don't know. I think the Mason doesn't have the S. I don't really know. Anyway, yeah, and like I scrapped that footage because I thought it was a bit offensive. It isn't really respectful to the people who like actually have phobias and whatnot. And then like I just work on the regular video that you guys want to see for a couple weeks, and then like it turns out like I work so much that like the project's in 2 weeks, and now I have to make an entirely new video in 2 weeks. I'm just freaking out. Like there's no like I don't know. So I'm just freaking out, getting it done and whatnot, and stuff like that. And yeah, I finally get it done, and it looks like really gorgeous most of the time, and stuff like that. And so yeah, I'm working on the other video now, and it's turning out to be longer than usual. Like I'm having a bit of a backstory kind of type of thing going on. And if you want a sneak peek, I got a brand new character. Ooh, a brand new character that you get to see right here, right now. It's in my hands here. Okay, there she went. No, okay, here. This is her. I probably gave her a name, but I forgot it. It's a really nice character. She has posable ears, so I get to work with that in the stop motion, and it's a really fun character to animate and use, because like I could like use like momentum to like, oh jeez, make the ears like flop about and whatnot, and it looks really good and it's really fun. She got the tail. It's more of like a Cat Matoran mix. So isn't that a neat? It's a very neat. And so yeah, that video will come out a bit later, like quite later. It's like half finished at this time right now. So yeah, sorry about the wait and stuff like that. So yeah, that's basically it. And yeah, now I get to talk about the backstory of me and stop motion, my stop motion. So, pretty much all of it started back in 2007 or whatever like that, when like BioTube started to be a thing. And I'd watch like other creators on the internet and be all like, oh man, I want to do that. So I like take out our family's digital camera and start doing stop motions, but like I wasn't smart enough to like put it on the computer and like play it or whatever. So I had to like only my family saw it, and like I would take a stop motion or whatever, and I just like hit the next arrow really fast so it looked like that it was playing. And yeah, I did that for a couple years. And then I got my first cell phone. It was an iPhone 4. And I did a couple of stop motions there. I think I still have my iPhone 4. Hold on. It's somewhere. It's somewhere. Never mind, I can't find it. But anyway, I had like a bunch of stop motions on that, but like the battery broke or whatever, and like there was too much space on there to like, or no, it wouldn't charge or something, so like we couldn't like get any of the stuff that was on there onto the cloud and onto the next phone or whatever. And so yeah, I lost all of those stop motions, but if I ever get that phone fixed, I still have it with me. I'll put those stop motions on YouTube, and it'll be great. It'll be fun to see what I did before YouTube. And then I got after that I got an iPhone 5, 5C, and I did some stop motions on that. And yeah, something I forgot to tell you, the way I did stop motions on the iPhone 4, like when I started out, I would just like pretend this is the phone. I'd like just hold the phone as still as I can, take a picture, like put the phone down, and then move the character, and then pick it back up and like do my best to put it back in the same position as it was. It was like very difficult, and it didn't look good afterwards. But then I found like we had like a, I think it was PS3 controller that like came in a box that like had like kind of like this plastic window type of thing on it, and like I could like slide my phone into that, and it like worked perfectly as a camera stand, and it was great. It functioned well. And yeah, so after that on my iPhone 5, I did more stop motions. Those are on this channel. Those were just kind of like practice type of stop motions, so I could actually like get as good as I possibly can on stop motion before I like actually put stuff on YouTube. So like the way I did that, I had a camera stand out of Bionicle pieces and Technic pieces and whatnot. I'm using the like an upgraded version of what I had before that. Like I'm using that right now. Here, let me show you it. This is what I'm using right now to hold my phone in place. It's very neat. Hold on. Great. Jax, hold my phone steady. I have Jex here. Lean my phone. It's not working. Okay. I'll just have to lean forward. Okay, so the way that this works, it has like a, if you could see in there, a friction joint right there, so that I could like tilt my phone like that, and I just like set it on useless movie cases and useless PS3. Okay, that's not so useless, but you get the idea. And yeah, I just slide the cellular device into there like that, and it works very well. It holds the camera, the phone, or what have you in place perfectly and stuff. So yeah, and I just used that for the other stop motions. I won't have a link in the description for those, for like the older videos that I did on my iPhone 5C, but you could probably find them yourself, and it wouldn't be too hard. I think it's called old stop motions or whatever. It has some crappy background music that I can't get rid of. I really didn't like that, but beggars can't be choosers, I guess. And then I got onto YouTube, and that's when I really started getting good at stop motion. And yeah, so whatever. Next off, I'm gonna show you some Bionicle characters that you have not seen before. Wow, isn't that interesting? No? Okay, sorry. Okay, here we have Krita, I think her name is. This is her. She's pretty cool. She got like this jetpack type of thing on her back, of course, and this cool looking sniper rifle. This is like something that people don't do with custom hands. You could get a pin in like right there for like your custom hand or whatever, and that's like one of the newer pieces, as you could see, one of these. So you just like poke it in there like that, put the other piece on there. I did the same thing with Toa Jex. That's how I got him to hold the sword without any like seams or whatever. Looks like that there isn't any support, but there actually is. Wow! So that's neat. So she could just hold it in there like that, and it looks really good. Wow! Here, actually, let me show you Toa Jex here. You might be able to see it better. See? Like that. You got the sword in there. And just pop it out. All the fingers are going to pop out with it. Just watch. Okay, never mind. You got the pin in there. Isn't that neat? Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that like interesting and cool? I bet you it is. Anyway, so yeah, we got that. That is what it is. And you already seen Toa Jex. I did a thingamajigger on him. Then, we're gonna start with like the newer characters that I have on the next video. None of them have any names yet. We have this one. Ooh, look at him. It's kind of like a lizard guy. These are all like gang members. We have this one. This is a pretty cool one. Like the arm design is like neat. If you could see that. That's like a ball joint in there. If you didn't know, you could put a ball joint in that. Isn't that cool? Isn't that neat? It's cool and it's neat. It really is. And it has a weird body design because it does this. Wow! Doesn't everybody wish they were this flexible? Okay. It has a kind of a neat leg design. This is like the most unique one, I guess. It's not really Well, yeah, it's like really unique, I guess. It kind of looks weird though, to be TBH. So yeah, that means to be honest. Ooh. Um, it has a green or red studs here, but a green head because I couldn't find a orange head, which would have worked better. And there's another guy that I have, but you've already seen him. He's just a recycled build, I guess. Let's see, who else? Do I have anywhere? Anyone over there that you haven't seen? Here, let me go grab some people. Oh, right. This is probably the biggest Bionicle I ever built. And I haven't done a review on it or anything like that yet because it has a couple of things going on with it. So let me just go get it. It's a behemoth. Oh jeez. Ah, it's already falling apart. Okay. Technical difficulties, but that's okay. I got it figured out. Figured out. There we go. Yep, that's right. A giant space shuttle type of thing, vehicle. Like, I can't even, I don't know how to like get this in here. It's so big. It's just so big. Like, it's like really, really great. I'm just giving you some good shots of it. And it has a couple functions. One of the functions, it has landing gear. It doesn't really work too well though, because I'm lazy and I didn't do it justice. So you turn this thing here, and look at that, 3 wheels pop out of the bottom. Wow. If you put it on these wheels, then the wheels will snap off and it breaks and it's horrible. Anyway, on to the next thing. I almost dropped it. Okay. If you turn this little knob here, it has like the same type of function as Xalera, but the thing is that it's really hard to do for somehow, and I don't know why, and I never bothered to do anything about it. So yeah. And then we have the cockpit, and we have little Solek in there for somehow. Probably because I didn't have the pieces at the time to give him a custom build for like the regular Matoran that I usually do. And that looks neat. It looks quite neat. I'm not going to take Solek out because that'll take too long, and I don't like taking long. So yeah, that's that, and it's neat, and it's cool, and it's fabulous, and whatever. Okay, let's see, is there anything else? Okay, hold on. Okay. Yeah, there isn't anything else. The other Bionicles that I haven't really done a review on, but I still have them. You've already seen them in the videos. Like this orange guy right here, he was in the school video. Nobody Likes School, that's the title. That's the one. I ripped off his arms and gave them to one of the gang members because charity and stuff. Okay. Now, this is boring enough, but I'm gonna make it even more boring by giving you a stop motion tutorial that is very useful and nobody will do because like they think it's too boring. Like, oh no, nobody wants to watch that. This is like, it's very good stuff. So yeah, I'll just flip to the front cam. Here's a recognizable character that you may have seen somewhere. I don't know where though. This is your boyo Jex. If you're wondering about 3D printed hands, are they practical and whatnot? Do they work? Are they like stiff or whatever? I'm going to give you a full review on these. So I'm just going to separate them. Okay. So 3D printed hands. They are freaking amazing, especially for stop motion when you want to emote and whatnot, you know, give a thumbs up, point. I have had them for quite a while, so like fingers do like come off a bit easier than like normal Lego fingers and whatnot. So that is what it is. And when you first get them, I don't know if this is everyone, but you have to like hold on. I gave Jex this it kind of like swivels, I guess, just to like hold things. There we go. So like you can't fit pins like actual like these, you can't fit these into there because it's just too small, and I like just dug into it like for so long with X-Acto blade, and like it didn't budge. It like not at all. So yeah, I just kind of like shoved that flexi tube thing in there, and yeah. It's a nice material, I guess. It kind of feels weird. It feels like that it's like constantly like shaving off onto your finger, like your finger's like always dirty when working with them, but it's not. It just feels like it. Ah, shoot. There we are. Jex's hood is falling apart. Oh no! Okay. So, the thing about stop motion, yeah, see, his finger just fell off. The thing about stop motion is that it's time consuming. There's like no way to get around that. And, you know, another thing that other tutorials don't tell you, maybe they do, I don't know. I've watched a lot of stop motion tutorials. You have to set your frame rate at 24 frames a second, and it has to be 24 frames a second. 30 frames a second is just too fast. It doesn't work. Okay. I've actually done like 30 frames a second, like for the longest time, and then I learned that it was 24 and not 30, and it just made a whole world of a difference. My stop motions looked amazing, let me tell you. So like I'm gonna show you a little something. Like the slowest you'll ever have to move something, I'm gonna do it with the finger. Like, watch how little I move it. That's how little of a movement you'll have to make to do like the slowest motion. Like, I didn't even see it. That's how little of a motion it is. Okay, so yeah. And the best way to like figure out how to do things, like how to make your stop motions look really good, is to like act out the motion in real life. So if you like do this kind of motion, then you know that like how to do it when you're stop motioning it. And like the thing is that also I see this a lot in a lot of fight scenes, is that people like to go slow. Like whenever they punch, it's just like 5 frames for a punch when they do it. But no, you don't need that many frames for a punch. They're all like, they do it like frame, 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 frame. No, you don't do that. You go frame, frame, frame. Oh shoot. Oh no. Okay. Jokes aside. Let's try it again. Okay, so frame, 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 and then frame, frame, frame. And when you're winded back, like when people punch, they want to punch really fast. So frame, frame. You gotta go really fast for this. And then like you do like a bit of slower action at the end, so frame, frame, frame. And that makes for like better fight scenes. It makes things have more momentum and like strength behind punches. And if you're feeling a bit saucy, then you could add a bit of camera shake after the punch. So like, let's say you got that punch in, so you go like frame, 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 frame. And it adds a bit of a, like a kind of motion to it. And it looks really neat. It looks really neato, I have to say so myself. Now, another thing, like I've gotten criticism about this, is that you need to stick your characters to the surface. Unfortunately for me, I cannot do this, because if I do stick my characters to the surface of my table, and I have done this before, I've tried this before, like this table is just like cloth overlaid on a regular table, so there's still movement in there. I can move my finger around and it just makes things worse, because like let's say you like move your stop motion guy around or whatever, and like it's just creating ripples in the cloth, so I can't do anything about that, which is stupid. It's so stupid. God, it's so stupid, man. Anyway, so what I do is I just like hold my characters like down so gosh darn hard to the table, and then I can move around like that. But I can't do too forcibly, because he could still slide about. Like the reason for this is because when you're stop motioning, your character will like jitter about like in place like this kind of thing. That's not a good thing to do, let me tell you, man. And yeah. Also, this is something that triggers me quite a bit, is head bobbing when people talk. Like iBionicle does it, and a bunch of other people do it when they just like do head movement when talking. When you're moving your head, you don't go like, "Hey, how's it going? Yeah, I was just over at my friend's house doing a bunch of stuff." But no, you don't do that. You don't. I don't know why people think that you do that. You go, what? How to like replace this? How to replace this is you do hand motions. You see, it's easy. So you just kind of go like, yeah, I was over at my friend's house, and you know, we were doing a bunch of stuff, just like put his hands on his hips or wherever, and that kind of thing. And yeah, let me think. Another something. I'm gonna talk about green screening for a second. Green screening is hard. Like, it's really hard to get right. And like, the thing is about green screening is that you need a lot of light, like as much light as possible. Here, let me show you something. I use these Look at the size of these light bulbs. It is longer than my hand. I have 2 of them. And it still doesn't work. Isn't that crazy how it doesn't work? Anyway. And because I don't know if my software sucks or whatever. It's probably the software, I'd say. Also, the thing about green screening, Leewa's axe is your best friend when it comes to green screening. You just love it. You just love Leewa's axe because you might not be able to see this, but Jex has a little thing right here that you can just plug that into, and you can float around when it's green screening. So when he's in the air, be able to do that kind of thing. And if I keep my hand out of frame like that, it'll just look like he's floating. Isn't that a neat? Isn't that a neat? It's a neat. And if I want him upside down, I just connect it right here, and hopefully he holds his position. You see that? Wowee! Could you look at that? I could, and I will. I've looked at it. I'm like, yeah. So anyway, I guess that's about it about green screening. Yeah, the whole thing about blue lyrics and green screening. I don't have a blue screen, so stop telling me to get one, because this is an actual ginormous green screen built for actual people. Let me show you the full extent of this thing. It is massive, and I'm absolutely covered in green screen. It's so much. It's so much. What? It's just so much screen for little characters. Anyway. Also, I've experimented with a green light bulb. It doesn't work. I'm just telling you now. I don't know what Lyrics is doing there. He doesn't have very many lines in my stop motions. I'm trying to fix that. Don't worry. Just because I was bored. What else can I talk about? I'm gonna tell you about Jex's clothes. Jex's clothes are pretty cool. I made them myself, and the kind of vest type of thing is just wrapped around his body in the weirdest type of way, and it's just so weird. And the hood, I stitched that together myself with needle and thread. So yeah. And it's basically split up into 3 different parts. This isn't one big connected piece of cloth. It's split up into the vest, the cape, and then the hood. And this piece is basically just holding it all together. Here, let me show you. Here's the cape, just kind of stuck in there. And you can see the hole in there. I'm not even too sure how this is on there, and I've taken this apart multiple times to make the clothes for Toa Jex. I just tried grabbing Toa Jex, but he split in half, and I'm not dealing with that because I don't want to deal with having a murder on my hands. I just murdered someone on camera. Don't tell the authorities, okay? Don't tell them. Oh jeez, I can't survive in jail. So yeah. I basically just replicated the clothes for Toa Jex and just made them bigger to fit the big old person. And so yeah. Yum. So yeah, if you have any more questions, just comment down below. And yeah. See ya. Goodbye. What do you have to say to the audience?